How's everybody doing today? All right. My name's Jason Medar. I'm the campaign manager. Thank you all for coming out. We are very excited to be well over 100,000 signatures for the campaign. This is happening because of a volunteer effort throughout the entire state of Arizona. This is more than 180 people working together, working for free to collect signatures to legalize marijuana. As you've all heard me say over the past month, we're not working for free because we all like to work for free. We're doing this to keep our friends and family safe and to keep marijuana consumers out of jail and prison simply for using marijuana. And so we're well on our track here. We need to continue the effort. A lot of you have heard we're going to be launching a billboard. It's taken a little bit longer than we expected because of some design issues, but we're getting on it. We're going to hope to get this done this week. We're going to do 2 billboards at once to try and maximize the effect. We're going to do one in Phoenix and one in Sun City to try and appeal to the seniors and the Republicans. The polls show that the seniors and Republicans out in Sun City tend to be less than 50-50 on marijuana legalization. So we want to reach outside the inner circle and reach out to a group of people who typically don't attend meetings like this. So we're very excited to get these billboards going. We've got a volunteer for the campaign who has generously donated to pay for a Phoenix New Times ad. Yes, this is great. This is going to be a full-page ad. It's not even going to be a half-page. It's going to be a full-page ad. We're going to do the comparison chart. We're going to have a nice little explanation about saving the medical marijuana program. As a lot of you already know, one of the big selling points of our initiative is that we keep the medical program safe. We keep the medical program with DHS, so the rights that you have today as a patient remain intact once we legalize marijuana. That's very important to us as patients, but it's very important because we see the trend nationwide, where we legalize marijuana in states and they destroy the medical program as a result of legalization. We won't let it happen here. MPP's initiative gives the medical program to the new marijuana department, and that department would be run by medical marijuana dispensary owners. They could change the program to harm patients. I know possibly will. I can't guarantee it. It's all but certain though. And so we don't want that. A big selling point, as you all know, is we are keeping the medical program safe. And so that's why we're going to do that New Times ad to try and explain to patients that we are working to keep their rights intact. So we're very excited to get that boost. A lot of you have also heard we got a boost from a local wholesaler here in Arizona that supplies different smoke shops, liquor stores, small mom and pop gas stations, things of that nature. And they supply all these locations with pipes, bongs, etc. After realizing the harm that MPP's initiative will do to the smoke shop industry, this wholesaler has guaranteed that we will be placed in more than 500 locations that he services. We've already gotten a list of more than 125 locations onto a Google map, and we're going to be asking volunteers to simply take petitions, train volunteers at the smoke shops, and help us to spread these petitions to the different shops that want to host us. It's going to be a big job. We need a few good volunteers who want to take this on. Of course, we will train you on how to train other volunteers. It's pretty straightforward, as a lot of you already know. I mean, a lot of you already know collecting signatures isn't too hard, but there are a few formalities that we have to follow. So with that in mind, we're looking for people who want to volunteer for that effort. We also need to print more petitions. We just got another batch of 1,000 petitions printed, but that costs us $1,384. So essentially, each petition is $1.38, and so we need to continue to raise money, and we need to continue to print these petitions to distribute to all these locations. This is going to be our best bet to get to the 200,000 signature mark by July 7th. The truth is, the volunteer effort in collecting signatures is not increasing. If anything, it's slightly decreasing. I don't know if that's because of the heat or what it's attributed to, but we need to continue to collect signatures to get this on the ballot. A lot of people have seen in the past few weeks that we've gotten a lot of media exposure. And because of that, and also thanks to Safer Dave with Safer Arizona, we've been able to raise almost $4,000 in just a few weeks. When I say that we brought in $4,000, this is from consumers. This is not from big businesses. This is not from Washington, D.C. This is all of us who are contributing our last few dollars in our wallets to the campaign because we are committed to keeping marijuana consumers safe. And so that makes it extra special to me. So I'm very thankful and very grateful that everybody's contributed. We need to continue to print petitions. We were down in Tucson yesterday for the Tucson normal meeting. We had a great turnout, signed up a handful of new people that want to start volunteering. We are almost near 200 people now statewide who are collecting signatures for our campaign. And that is awesome. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, nobody gets paid. If you look at our campaign finance reports, every dollar we get for this campaign goes towards petitions, banners, tables, things of that nature, printing comparison charts. If you look at MPP's campaign finance reports, it's real obvious. Yeah, they've got more than $1 million, of course, but they're also eating steak dinners on your dime, right? They're taking flights from Washington, D.C. into Phoenix, Arizona on the campaign's dime. And we don't spend our money that way. And so obviously what I'm trying to say here is that you can feel comfortable knowing that every dollar you guys give to the campaign goes towards the campaign, not to somebody's steak dinner. And so with that in mind, obviously we're very grateful to bring in the money we've had. We just had a volunteer sell his drone on eBay, which brought in, I believe, $600, which is great. Right. So people are getting clever, and we love it. A great lady down in Tucson yesterday. She's an artist, and she's been working on a real nice piece of art for the past 3 months, and she wants to sell it on eBay and donate all of the proceeds to the campaign. So people are getting clever with how they're trying to generate funds, and we love it. I mean, all we really need the money for right now is printing these petitions. We've got the 2 billboards paid for. The New Times ad is being paid for by a volunteer. Things are going great. Things are going great. We just need to step it up and get the volunteer effort going again. We've got a couple big events coming up. We've got a lot of concerts. We just had the Cookies guys in town. We were able to get a few signatures out there, I heard. There's events literally every single weekend. Literally every single weekend. Down in Tucson, we just paid for the Pima County Fair. The Pima County Fair. People ask me all the time, how did we get to 100,000 plus signatures on a volunteer effort, even with near 200 people? And a big reason that we got that many is the Arizona State Fair. There were 4 entrances to that fair, and we had every single entrance covered. And MPP was inside and had a booth. So by the time anybody got to MPP's booth, they either A, thought they'd already signed the petition, or B, they knew how bad MPP's initiative was because we had educated the hell out of them. And so it was great. So we need to do the same thing with the Pima County Fair, hopefully. And that's coming up what's that? Yeah, it's next weekend, I believe. You know the dates?
It's 11 days.
It's 11 days, right. And so it's going to be big. They've got specials down there. They've got a lot of things going down there. They're going to have a big 420 fest down there as well. We're going to have one up here, but Stacy's going to be down there with the Cannabis. So we're going to be trying to generate some signatures down in Tucson. Of course, we're trying to get Flagstaff more involved. Yuma, Prescott Valley, and Prescott have always been involved. We just need to take another trip up there. Once we make the rounds this week, hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have another update on the signature count. Right now, the best I can tell you is more than 101,000, the last time we counted a few days ago. So again, we need to raise money. We need to continue getting people to volunteer to collect signatures. Please, everybody, bring in those petitions that we've given you. We've got a lot of people out there that we've given petitions to, and we haven't heard from them in a month or two. And so if that's you, come on in. I mean, we can get you the petitions notarized. We've got a notary at every single meeting. At this meeting in particular, I believe we got 3 notaries. And so we're trying to make it easy on everybody who's trying to volunteer here. If you guys want to donate, our website is Legalize Marijuana in Arizona.org. Yesterday down in Tucson, we had a dispensary owner that owns Desert Bloom Relief Center. His name's Ari. He volunteered to pay for 1,000 petitions for us. And so that's going to be another big boost for us, right? As a lot of you know, the vast majority of our support, aside from the consumers, comes from the smoke shops and not the dispensaries. MPP's initiative will make these medical marijuana dispensary owners overnight billionaires. So the vast majority of them support the MPP initiative and they hate our guts. I don't lose any sleep about that at night. I'm okay with it. But the vast majority of our support comes from the smoke shops. And as you guys heard me say, that's because we keep their business safe. And so again, we really need to continue to boost this effort. If you guys want to donate, legalizeMarijuanaInArizona.org. Again, that's our website. Thank you all for everything, and also you can donate here in person as well. We do our meetings every Sunday here at Jerry's, and also every Wednesday at StaffMMJ in Phoenix, in North Phoenix. So if you guys want to come out and hang out with us there, that's always a good time too. Bring a friend. That's another good point. You know, months ago we started telling people that according to the statistics, each marijuana consumer here knows at least 5 other marijuana consumers. Now I see we all start smiling when I say that because we crush those numbers in this room, right? I mean, we know way more than 5 marijuana consumers. But point being, each one knows at least 5, and if these people simply talk about our initiative when they are smoking joints and dabbing with their friends, we're good. We're good. Talk about the 2 initiatives. Talk about why MPP's initiative actually does more harm than good for marijuana consumers. Talk about why the AZFMR initiative is the better option and simply the only option. So all right, any other questions? I'm always happy to answer questions from anybody, but thank you all for coming out and thank you all for collecting all these signatures. We wouldn't be able to do this by ourselves. I mean, don't give me any credit at all. This is 190 plus volunteers, so this is awesome. We've been able to get to this amount of signatures on a volunteer effort. Even the media has taken notice of that. Even the Phoenix New Times said something the other day about how it's just so amazing that we've gotten this far without a paid volunteer effort. We are. And it's because we're fed up. Again, as you've heard me all say, we're fighting to keep our families safe, and we're not driven by financial motivation here. So with that in mind, we're not going to give up until we are successful. All right, guys, that's all from me. Thank you.